Hi guys, welcome to another video. So in case this is the first time you are seeing my face here, my name is Amy Thonia, or you can call me Tonia, and I am a Nigerian mom that is based here in Italy, living currently with my family. Okay, so today's video I'm going to be telling you guys how I got my Italian driving license. So I have been driving for some years now, and being that I have been living in Italy for some years now, but getting this driving license wasn't so easy. So this video is going to be very useful and helpful to you out there if you are still struggling with getting your driver's license, Italian driver's license, or you are an English native speaker, and just for foreigners, okay, that are currently living here or that are here and that want to get their Italian driver's license. I'm going to be telling you guys my story and how the step by step, what it took me and how I was able to get mine. So without wasting much time, let's dive right into the video. Okay, so let's start. So in Italy here, there are so many driving schools made available for you to be able to attend and get your driver's license here in Italy. And I think also that the registration fees differs from school to school. Another good thing again is that they provide you with time that are suitable for you. Okay, let's take for example, you are working. Okay, you go to work in the morning, maybe your morning shift, and by evening you're already at home, or by afternoon you're already at home, a little bit to relax and all of that. You can decide to attend the evening session. So they have morning section, they have afternoon session, and they have evening classes, evening session as well. The registration duration is for 1 year. So that means 6 months for you to be able to pass your theory and 6 months for you to be able to pass your practical, which is the driving test. So when I started for mine, before prior to me starting school anyway, I was always practicing at home. There are so many online sites where you can go and practice. They have so many quiz, frequently asked questions, and you can practice at home. So I was already doing this at home before I decided to start school. And while I was at home doing all this, I got a time, the more you exercise, the more you get used to the questions, and the more you are getting to know some certain things about it. So let me say that when I was still practicing in the house, I was getting a maximum of 2 errors, and then I decided to attend school. Why did I decide to attend school? Attending school is very important, okay? It gives you the opportunity for you to know things that you are not able to get from the online site, because they are not going to explain to you. Every day you go to school, there are some booklets for you to answer in there, and then they provide you with tutors that are to explain some certain terms that inside your book or in the online session in the online site where you answer some questions. They don't provide you with these explanations. And this is one great advantage of you attending a driving school. The school is very important. So when I started my own, I chose a school nearby here, and then I started attending. And then they advised me that I have to pay an extra money for me to be able to get some books. So these were the books that they used past way back, okay? But even though it was used way back, it's still very advisable, because in there you have all the signs, all the road signs, and a lot, you understand, that can help you to understand the road signs and, be able to prepare yourself for the exam and also for the driving. And here is the other book. I paid for this one. This is one I used, and I also have another one which I'm not able to find. If I'm able to find it while editing this video, I'm going to insert it here, but if I'm not, I have just a manual. Okay, this is quiz. This is just quiz. inside is all quiz. I for every day I go to school there, I will always answer questions. So the questions come in 40 questions, and these 40 questions you are to answer them in 30 minutes, and your errors are not to exceed four errors. So you are to get a maximum of 4 errors. Once it's more than 4, that means you failed it. So every day I go to school, I answer questions. At times I'll get like 2 errors, at times I'll get like 3 errors, and my errors are always based on the signs, the road signs, and these are very, very important, and they need you to pay a maximum concentration regarding the road signs. Okay, so I kept going and all of that, and then I think after almost getting to 2 months, I was advised to take the theory exams. And when I took the theory exam, at the day of the exam, we were 5 that were to go for these theory exams. And so I went for the theory exams, and before going to the theory exam, let me quickly say that you are to provide some certain informations. Number one is a medical statement from your medical doctor, your personal doctor, which has to satisfy that you are mentally and physically okay to drive, to be on the road. Okay, and then the second thing again is an eye test. You have to do an eye test. An eye test is very, very important. Let's say, for example, in your eye test, it is clearly stated that you are not to drive or be inside your car driving without your lens. Okay, and if you are to be caught by the police driving without your lens, you are in serious problem. You are to pay a fine, and they are going to take down some points from your driver's license. I mean, that is obvious. Is a risky thing to do. So on the day of our exam, we went there with our documents and we were allowed in. We were carried by our tutors. So we went in, and there were also other schools, other people from other schools that came for this exam. And so they called all of our names, state school by school. And then when they call you, you show your documents, and then they show you the entrance. You are to sit in front of your computer, which you are going to be working with. And so once they are finished calling everybody, and they kind of like, okay, on the computer, and then they set the timer, and then the exam starts, and you have just 30 minutes to answer these 40 questions without exceeding 4 errors. And so fortunately for me, thanks be to God, after the exam, I passed without an error. So I passed with my 40 questions answered correctly. And I think all of us passed. No, one person did not pass, which was so sad. But I mean, failure doesn't mean that you quit. After I passed my theory exam, and then we were given a folio rosa. It's called folio rosa here in Italy, but practically it is a permit, a paper in a paper form. It is a permit that allows you to drive on the road, but not alone. You are not to drive alone. You are to drive with another person sitting on the passenger seat, and that person has to be driving for at least 10 years. Okay, for at least 10 years or even more. So you are not permitted to drive alone. So I was issued this permit to drive, and with the aid of this permit, my husband was always carrying me out in an open field where there are not much movement, and he would teach me how to drive. So before I start, let me say that before I registered for this exam, I was pregnant, and after I got my theory passed, my theory exam passed. After then, I didn't go back immediately to start my practical section. I waited a while because of my pregnancy and some pregnancy medical issues I was having during my pregnancy then, and so I waited a while. So by the time I was ready to go in now for my practical section, my belly has grown, my boobs is already big, okay, and my belly was so protruded. So I started with my practical driving test, and I drove for a while, at least for a month. So okay, for every day you drive, you are to pay 30 euros per hour. For 1 hour you pay 30 euros. So I was going for that practical for twice in a week, and I did that for 1 month. And after then I thought I was ready, and I told him that let me try my exam. So in that 6 months in which you have to pass either theory part or the practical part, you are permitted to write exam only twice, okay? Let's say 3 months you put in for exam, and the next 3 months you put in for another exam. If you put in for your exam in 3 months and you failed it, you have another opportunity for another exam. Then if you failed that one again, that means you are all starting all over, okay? So that's how it is. And when I thought I was ready and I went for my practical, my driving test exam, and I failed it. How did this happen? So you know that the rules is always give rights to the right side, okay? The right side has rights. So I got to a junction, and my examiner said I should turn right. And to turn right in Italian means gira a sinistra, okay? And I just stopped there, and then I turned immediately. It's not like I turned and without looking. I knew that there was no car coming in from that place, and so I turned. But because I did not move my head, look, these things are very, very important. You must learn to work with your brain, your hands, your eyes, your head. It's very important, okay? So but because I did not move my head that way, and I didn't even move my head, to look and make sure that everywhere is okay before I move, that was why she failed me. And she failed me. And she failed me with my stomach protruding after driving for 45 minutes. Okay. And she said, no, let's go back. I will go back. We got back, and she said she cannot pass me because I did not move my head. Non hai girato la testa. Okay, and I felt so bad, and then I came back on my website and all of that. And so after that, when I was ready again after much practice, and then I got ready for my second test. Mind you, I have just one opportunity now. So, and I went for the final one, and I made it. And so that was how I made my exam. I got my driving license, and it was amazing. Having a driver's license can really help you go a long way as a foreigner living here in Italy. I mean, it's kind of like helps to open more doors of opportunities for you, especially when you tend to getting a job, okay? Getting a new house, okay? Because if you get a house where you are not so close to transportation and all of that, and you don't drive, is a big problem. And then in you getting a job, I think one question that they usually ask now is, are you automonita? Say automonita, that is, are you mobile? Can you drive? Do you have a driver's license? So I mean, it is very important. It's crucial. So getting Italian driving license doesn't come so easily. It's something that you just have to prepare about. You just have to get yourself ready, financially ready, preparation were made, mentally okay, and language is very, very important, okay? Because some terms used in this book are not terms that we use every day, okay? So that is why it is also advisable to get the manual bilingual book. There is another book that helps to translate most of these questions in other languages, and I think in that book you get it also in English language. But when you are going to the school, you don't have the opportunity to get the questions in English. I think the languages that are available are only European languages. That's just all I know. Okay, so guys, that's how I got my driver's license, and I do hope this video has helped you or inspired you in some way. It wasn't easy, but I pulled through and I made it to the end, and I achieved what I wanted. Thank you so much for watching, and I want to tell you that you can as well do it. Just put your mind to it and work towards it. Everything is achievable provided you are ready to get it. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'm going to see you on my next video. Ciao. Ciao, ciao. Bye.